So once again, I thought I would start off with my view, and I'm going to try and show you my watch face. And this one's pretty cool because I don't know if you saw that, but it wriggles when I'll try and do it again. There we go. It changes color and it wriggles, and this is so cool. I really like it. Anyway, I hope that these watch faces don't bore you, and I will now get on to the video. Hello again, and in this video I'm going to try and be more upbeat. Recently I've posted a few videos about, unfortunately, about issues around coronavirus and censorship and some other boring topics, and even I'm getting sick of thinking about this stuff, and even I wish that we didn't have the pandemic, and we didn't have this vaccination agenda, and yeah, if you listen to the news media and your friends, the pandemic it's being mentioned too much, and it does get people down. So I thought, right, I'm going to go back to chatting about business and explaining what it is that I'm doing, because I can feel a little bit of mission shift in these videos, and I wanted to let all you guys know what it is that I'm doing, because I am trying to do something, and I think I might have said at the very beginning that I'm a business consultant, and I'm trying to produce content that is interesting and has value and helps people get on with their life. I know these are big claims, but that's what I originally intended to do. I didn't intend to bring a constant barrage of doom and COVID gloom. It's dull, and I know that, and I'm trying to get away from it. But I imagine that when more crazy things are announced, and and we head towards Christmas, and more draconian measures hit us, I'm sure that I'm going to I'll be cross again, and I'll think, right, let's get in front of that camera and say something. So I can't rule it out. But anyway, this video is, if you like, a brief walk and talk. And also, I thought I would explain what I'm thinking about and what it is I'm trying to do. For example, you may have noticed that I talk to the camera, and you'll have noticed that the production quality could be viewed as very basic and lacking, i.e. there isn't any production quality. It's just rough. It's just one take, and one take is fraught with danger. Number one, the subject prattles on, which is what I do a lot, and also the subject, me, will forget to say most of the things that I intended to say, and so you would ask yourself, well, why doesn't he have a cue card or something to prompt him? But that would mean that I'd be doing this the whole time. I would be looking at something at the side, which might work, especially if it increases the quality the quality of this content. So that's a good argument. Maybe I should do that. But the main reason I wanted to do these talks in one take is to get myself used to mentally preparing a subject matter in my noodle before I then talk about it. And for a lot of people, it's a skill that they've developed over time, and it's just simply practice. So that is why I do try to do everything in one take. And so far I've managed to do that, and I have to tell you, it's not easy. I do find it very hard, because you are aware that the conversation has to flow, you have to be succinct, and you have to link your points to a thread that's running through the video. And it's really hard, and I try not to even think about it, because if you do think about it, you'll find that the to-camera piece will be very jerky, and it'll make the audience, the viewer, feel uncomfortable because they'll sense that you are uncomfortable, and it jerks. So this is why I do these long one takes. And now I'm talking about it, I'm actually talking about it like this. I can feel the awareness building up inside me, and it's making me worry about, when a mistake is coming. So if there is a mistake, I'm going to pause and push on through, because I do intend to try and keep this one take method that I use, because it certainly is more time effective. It's if you have to do a few takes, it takes an awful long time to then, because you then have to do some editing. And editing, you speak to anyone that works in film production, editing takes a long time. So that's another reason why I try to do these one takes, to eliminate the need for editing, although editing would be very desirable in these, I know that. And anyway, I'm only talking to about one person. Actually, I think I'm talking to two people, and one of those is a bot, is a Google bot that's trying to find something I'm saying that it doesn't like, that it can attribute to medical misinformation. Medical misinformation seems to be the term that the YouTube community standards throw at anyone for saying anything. You could be talking about teddy bears, and if you mention a teddy bear has a vaccine, and somewhere in that, because you're 4 years old, and you say something that's medically incorrect on YouTube, that teddy bear video will be pulled down for medical misinformation. So this is what we're up against. And I think I said in my other video, I am hoping that bot at Google finds me funny, or for some reason overlooks what I'm saying, so that I can feel more comfortable, I can speak my mind and make my content more interesting. Actually, that does bring me on to a point. What else am I trying to do with this channel? So, is it changing? Because earlier back I mentioned I can feel a little bit of mission shift myself. So once again, I wanted this channel to be interesting, to be loosely around the topic of business and work employment. Anyone so obviously I suppose my content might suit the entrepreneur types. Actually, I don't want to say things like that, because I find that when you have an opinion, that it is only an opinion. So you might think that your content is good for a type of person, but in actual fact your audience could be a completely different type of person. So you don't actually know until you've got the analytics and you've got the information on who your audience really is. So I like to keep things very general, and that is why that often I will speak generally. Also, speaking generally and making general points, it means it possibly means that your content is relevant for a longer period of time, because you're not talking about specific events in time. So if I speak generally, the general points I make should be applicable to the world that we live in today and for a lot longer. So that's another reason why I speak generally. But just to get back to what I'm trying to do. So I suppose ultimately I'm trying to make interesting content around the sphere of business and technology. I think I've mentioned that a few times now in other videos. Once again, just in case you've just got here, I'm a business consultant. And so I've worked with many companies in my illustrious, long working career. I'm not that old, but I'm not that young either. And I do have a few years under my belly now. So And as I've got a bit older, I've decided that I've learned one or two things, and perhaps I should offer that learning to other people. And I suppose in that spirit, that was one of the things that made me consider creating a YouTube channel. Because, you know, I hope to have something of interest that could possibly help somebody else who's simply looking for something to do in life, or they're wanting to move careers, or they're wanting to understand business, or they're wanting to understand complex subject matter that I might have spoken about and put up a video about it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make interesting content. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking to myself, who is going to care? Who is going to want to see this? It's drawn out, and you can hear me flicking the leaves in the flicking the leaves. You can hear me scrunching the leaves on the pathway because it's winter here. And there's leaves everywhere, and I should show you. Can you see? And that's where the leaf sound is coming from. And but it's also why I wear these AirPods. The sound that you are hearing now, it should be coming to you. It should be coming to you in stereo, I think, and it should be coming from the microphones in these headphones. But they also do pick up the surround sound, I think. I should know this, but I don't. But that's what I think is happening. That's what I hope is happening. So yeah, the YouTube channel, the thing that you're watching here, is me trying to provide interesting content. And recently I have found myself speaking more about current big issues like the pandemic. And unfortunately, this is a hot button topic that's under a lot of censorship, and that I've been subject to just recently, and it's really stifling what I want to say. But I am trying to post content that does talk about it, and I'm trying to say it in a way that I don't say things that the algo bots, the censorship bots don't like, or a human being doesn't like. I'm trying to work within the censorship. And the very fact I'm saying that again, makes you think, why are we being censored? Why can't we have free speech around the pandemic, the virus and the vaccine, and now the COVID pills? Why are we being censored? Simply, why can't we say, look, everyone knows about the pandemic, everyone knows about the virus and the availability of vaccines, everyone's heard the facts, the presented facts, and we should simply have choice, as simple as that. And those that do, yes, that's fine. Those that don't, yes, that should be fine as well. And we shouldn't have this divide, I don't believe, and this falling out that we're having. Anyway, I did say at the beginning of this video I wasn't going to be dragged into another doom and gloom video about COVID. So let's get back over to what on earth I am doing. So I have a long list of subject titles, and I've tried to tackle initially a few of them, and these are quite tricky to speak about, and especially in one take like this, in this sort of format, because often the subjects that I speak about are huge, and they're very complicated, they're very dense. So what I try and do is dive in somewhere that might be specific or very general, and then make a few general points, and then chat about it in a general way, to really create an initial frame of reference in which then I can come back to that subject matter and then carry on. Or I can talk about it again very differently, which is what I might end up doing. Also, because these walking and talking pieces, I do intend to actually sit down once, at some point, and talk to camera that way. And I actually do intend having interviews with people. And I imagine initially the interview will be recorded. I know it's very popular to have it live, but I imagine the first interviews will be recorded. And I'm hoping to get some very interesting people on that are very knowledgeable about what they're talking about. You know, so a little bit like the other big name YouTubers that do this sort of thing. But I'm going to try and offer it in a different way and try and offer a different style. Not for the sake of being different, but just because it's interesting and it's a natural thing that I can present. So I will be doing that. And in my videos, I'm always going to try and framework a discussion, offer a topic, and then I might offer assert some opinions, and then I'm going to chat about those opinions and offer some opinions to support it or some evidence to support it. You know, whenever I say words like evidence and opinions, I'm instantly thinking of YouTube censorship, and I have to get past this. There's just a wheelbarrow there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, someone's just left a... Oh, no, you might not have been able to see that. There's a wheelbarrow, and I was just wondering who it belongs to. And I do apologise. See, you should see that you should have all this planned, and I've caught off guard. Okay, so yes, interviews, interesting subject matter. You know, along the theme that I think you might have picked up now, but I do intend to get, you know, more into business, more into luxury goods, believe it or not, and more into interesting technology that does have an impact on our lives. Because technology really is quite a fascinating industry. And I'm talking about, so I'll define technology. So I'm talking about the internet, so companies that use the internet to offer a service, or I'm talking about hardware technology, so computer technology, what computers do. And then looking at materials technology and you know, mechanistic technology. So basically, yeah, I suppose technology, wide-ranging technology, is what I'm, you know, is where I have a great big interest, and I like the way it does impact our world. Most of it actually is for the good, but there is always some drawbacks. There are always some negative aspects, and it's quite interesting to note how society deals with those changes that, you know, initially can be very difficult. I think I've said in another video, you know, two things change our world. One of them is technology. Actually, it could be argued, and I have offered this as an explanation before, that the one thing, the one major main thing that creates change in this world is technology, because technology ends up impacting culture. And culture changes society and changes our behaviour. And you can always link it back to the advancement of technology. So what I'm asserting is that if technology doesn't advance, society would, I mean, inevitably there would be changes, but they would happen much more slowly if technology was to be very slow. So it is my opinion and my, I suppose I could prove it actually, but I would need to present more information. But technology is probably the single thing that creates change in our society. Anyway, that's obviously another talk. But yes, so I'm aware that I'm rambling now, and again, if you're at this point, thank you so much. You're probably asleep actually, so thanks again. So the point of this video is to simply say hello to everyone again, let you know that things are changing, to let you know that I don't want to keep delivering this miserable content about COVID, vaccines and the pandemic. Although inevitably, you know, I can see, yeah, more things happening. So, you know, I'm probably going to talk about it, but I am going to try and crowbar in now some more business pieces that are about business, the world that we live in, and more to do with human beings and how we get on with each other on planet Earth. So that's what I will be doing. That's what I'll be trying to do. Oh, I'll just do a quick spin. I haven't done one of those in a video for a while. And so there you go. There's a nice church coming up, and you might see it just there. There you go. And yeah, I love this place. It's always like this. There's only me here. I don't think anybody else. I've removed myself from society so I can talk about society. There you go. Another ironic thing to say. But anyway, thank you very much for being, if you've been watching all of this, I think that's amazing. Thank you so much. I apologise for my rambling, and hopefully it's going to get better. I'm going to try. And I hope everyone's well, and no doubt, well, hopefully I've got another chance to talk to you again, and I hope you have a good day and speak again.